what is up, everybody? It's B Milton. Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host here on the Redskins Review. And you guys, we are going to analyze the Washington Redskins 53-man roster today a little bit. And also, we got to go through some of the drama, man. Obviously, the Redskins always got to have some drama. Whether we have a quarterback who just throws drama to him, brings drama into himself, or we just have drama happen to us. I don't know what it is, man. I don't know what it is. We could just sit here and have perfect players, and there's still going to be drama somehow. I don't understand. I think it's just because the Washington Redskins are such a known team, and they're from D.C., and you can go to pretty much any state, and you'll find some Redskins fans there. And I think the media just has to put out so many stories to go out everywhere because Redskins, they're just topic of news somehow, and they're just drama constantly now, and I don't understand what it is. And now we got the whole Sua Cravens thing, man. You know, first, I didn't want to make a video just about Sua Cravens. I was sitting there thinking about it when I first heard the news. I wanted to make a video and talk to you guys about Sua Cravens and the whole situation and everything, but then I realized I don't want to make another video and another headline and of some Redskins drama and put another video out there on the internet just with bad headlines for the Redskins. I just can't do that, man. So I'm going to throw it into the beginning of this video. And first things first, man, is, you know, you got to give a shout out to people like Will Compton, who, if you saw the video of Will Compton talking to Sua Cravens at practice or whatever, Will Compton, obviously those guys knew that they were being recorded in some way or fashion, and shout out to him, Will Compton, for keeping things kind of in-house and trying to not let this stuff get big, and like for him to he wants to keep everything in the locker room and troubles in the locker room and just keep the drama down. So what's crazy about this is, number one, we have a guy, Will Compton, who lost his starting job pretty much to probably Mason Foster and Zach Brown are probably going to start, right? Pretty much Will Compton got his start from someone else's injury, and, you know, he filled in the roles. And the thing is, Will Compton, he doesn't have he's not super athletic. He doesn't have the best build. He's not the most talented football player out there on the field, right? But the guy has heart. This is a guy, a natural-born leader, a guy who wants to prove to everyone that they're wrong, that he believes that he is a real starter in the NFL. This guy wants to wake up and play football every day. And then on the other side of the video, we have Sua Cravens, a guy who is vastly talented, a guy who came into the league really young. He's only 22 or whatever, because he's so talented. And he became a fan favorite right away, and everyone gave us good marks for drafting the kid. And, you know, safety has always been a bad position for us, and we always have question marks at safety, and we always thought Sua Cravens might be something for us. And Redskins fans have just done nothing but show him, you know, love and respect up until now. And but he's not there mentally. He's the guy who doesn't know if he wants to do this. He's the guy who doesn't know if he wants to go out there and be a leader and play for the Redskins and be a starter. And there's guys like DeShazer Everett, who now is getting his start. He's now going to be a starter, and now you know, here's another guy who probably doesn't have all the skill sets that Sua Cravens has, but guess what? He goes out there and tries. He tries. Nico Marley goes out there and he tries. Guys want to prove that they want to be here. And then we just have Sua Cravens over here not there mentally. And don't get me wrong, football is definitely a sport. Just, I hear it all the time in MMA and boxing. If you're in those jobs, even pro football, if you're in one of these jobs and you have one foot out the door and one foot in the door, you can't live that way. You have to be dedicated. You have to be 100% dedicated, and that's what you want to do, and this is what you want to do. And if not, if you have one foot in and one foot out the door, and you don't know exactly what you want to do, you're not only leaving yourself for liability to get hurt, but you could also be injuring teammates. You could also be injuring other people around you because of you're not that dedicated. You don't know what you want to do. So I absolutely agree that Sua Cravens obviously has to take time off get himself figured out. I also, in the one interview with Jay Gruden that came out today or something like that, if you listen closely, this could just be a mix-up. You know, we're not there. We're not in the locker room. We don't know. But this could just be a mix-up. But from what I got from the interview from Jay Gruden today, it didn't necessarily come off as like this is an injury thing. This is Stuart Cravens is contemplating retiring because of an injury thing. He didn't make it seem that way. He made it seem it is straight up a personal issue, a personal thing. Now he could be meaning injuries, but I don't know. But he didn't word it that way. He didn't word anything about injuries. He said it's a personal issue, and he needs to go figure out that personal issue. So, you know, that's my one thing is if this has to do with injury. I mean, this guy, Stuart Cravens, just had knee surgery, all right? Now, obviously, that surgery that he had wasn't a big deal. It wasn't like a huge surgery or anything like that, but he's out there practicing it again. And then last year, he got that concussion, and, you know, it was bad because he posted on Snapchat, you know, a picture of him with glasses, and he said on Snapchat or whatever that he was going to have to wear these glasses for the rest of his life to see straight and see okay. And then also I saw another interview or whatever with the doctor that treated Stuart Cravens, and the doctor said that's false, that's not true, that he has to wear those glasses to see fine or whatever. That's not a real thing. So I don't understand. I think some of this might have to come into play with that Stuart Cravens is only 22 years old. He is still a kid. Maybe that's a factor in it. I don't know. But all I do know is we aren't him. We're not Stuart Cravens. We're not a player. We're not in the locker room. We're not Jay Gruden. So we can only give the guy the benefit of the doubt. We can only wish the guy well. He came in here and he played for what we can tell. He gave it his all up until now. So I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to bash him. The guy, let him figure out his own personal situation. But what I do know is Fish Smithson made the practice squad. Guess what? Here's an opportunity for a guy who wants to play. Fish Smithson wants to play. DeShazer Everett, he wants to play. We have some guys who want to play. So this could be a blessing in disguise. Who knows? I liked Fish Smithson from the preseason. The guy's fast. He's rangy. He's smart. He's always near the football. He had the one interception. He stands out, man. The guy's quick, and he's quick to the ball. Obviously it means he's making the right reads. He's smart. So hey, who knows? Maybe we could, we kept 5 safeties on the roster. Probably not even because we knew Stuart Cravens was going through this, but because he just had injuries. He was injury prone in the first place. Which shout out to Scott McClellan for drafting Stuart Cravens, which I'm bringing that up because Scott McClellan's been all over Twitter talking to Redskins fans and talking shit about the Redskins kind of or whatever. He's calling like, oh, Ryan Grant, you mean Ryan Gruden or whatever, because apparently Jay Gruden likes him so much and yada yada yada. He's a suck up, and he's going to talk about Bruce Allen, call him a politician and all this. I'm tired of Scott McClellan. I'm tired of hearing him talk. I'm tired of seeing him in the headlines now. He's not with the Washington Redskins anymore. I don't care how it ended. I don't care if we shafted him or whatever. I'm over it. He's gone. Don't let him take any more headlines. Don't let him sit here and be in the headlines and talk shit about our own team or whatever, or take jabs at our team. I'm over it, man. He's not with the Redskins anymore. I don't want to see him in headlines. I don't want to see his name. I don't want to see him talking trash about our team now. I don't care. That ship has sailed. He's gone. Don't want to hear from him. Don't care. But shout out to him for drafting not 1 but 2 safeties that are undersized and are both now retiring before their rookie contract is over. We all know I'm a huge Kyshawn Jarrett fan, and what happened to him? Same thing, undersized safety, guy who's fast and rangy, quick to the ball. Because the Redskins, we always seem to have these hard-hitting safeties like DJ Swearinger and Brandon Merriweather, but they're slow and don't have the instincts. So McClellan's going out there drafting all these fast and rangy guys that are undersized, though. And it's coming back to nip us or get us in the butt. And hopefully, I'm bringing this up because we all know I loved both these guys. Both these guys I liked, Kaishan Jarrett and Sua Cravens. They're both, favorites of the fan favorites. But I don't want this to become a thing. Drafting these undersized guys, I don't want that to become a thing, man. And us just, I understand we have huge question marks at safety, and he was trying to do something to fix that issue. I completely understand that. But what I'm saying is, from here on out, I don't want this to become an issue, that we keep reoccurring issue. I don't want to keep drafting these smaller guys who are going to keep doing this to us. So, yeah. But also talking about dedicated people, a man who's supposed to have a baby born, a guy who has personal issues himself, who's supposed to have a baby born on or around the Eagles game week 1, Kirk Cousins, he already came out and said he's going to play. Whether his baby's being born at the same exact time as the Eagles game, he's going to show up, he's going to play. A guy who's having a baby, he's showing up, he's playing. Kaishan Jarrett, DeShazer Everett, guess what? He's showing up, he's going to play on Sunday. I'm sure if Fish Smithson got signed from the practice squad, I'm sure as hell he would show up and play on Sunday. I'm sure he'd be there. So those guys don't have personal issues. Now, let's get into some good headlines. Finally, I like these good headlines. I like talking about good stuff, and hopefully, coming up Sunday when we play the Eagles, we have more good stuff to talk about. So hopefully, there's more good news coming on the way. And today, we gave Chris Thompson a extension, multi-year extension. Don't know. It's probably 2-3 years. They didn't really give us the details on it, but this is what we want. We want guys like Chris Thompson. We drafted him. He is one of the best third down backs in the league. He, like Jay Gruden said, he does everything that the coaches asked of him. He's just a solid player. And here we are. We're going to reward him like we should, and that's some good stuff right there. Chris Thompson, love the dude. Need to see more of him on first and second down. Chris Thompson, I actually glad I got to meet him when we first drafted him. I got to meet him, and he signed my jersey. It was RG3 jersey. I still have the jersey, and you're probably not going to see me wear it, but I have it. I have Chris Thompson's signature on it, though, and a couple other players, but Chris Thompson's pretty much the best player that signed it. And, yeah, shout out to him. Well-deserved, sir. He's just a beast. He's just a beast. Also, if there's any, Redskins highlight video highlights guys who make highlights or whatever of the Redskins plays and stuff like that, I'd like to see a Chris Thompson highlight now that we gave him an extension. Let's just go ahead and, if you could, make a Chris Thompson highlight, because I would absolutely love to see some Chris Thompson highlights here in the near future to celebrate Chris Thompson's extension. So let's just get into some of the guys, the roster changes and everything. And you guys, if you watched my last video, whoo, I was on that Mac Brown train pretty hard, dude. I wanted Mac Brown to make this football team. I was getting tired of seeing him perform and him getting shafted by our team. And you guys, he made the team. He made the team. We decided to keep 4 running backs. I know some teams only keep 3. So I was hoping that no matter what, we would keep Mac Brown over Samaje Perine. But we got to keep both. So I am happy that we will see some football on Sunday where Chris Thompson and Mac Brown are going to touch that football. And even if people like Samaje Perine and Rob Kelly, if they can't get their job done to the best of their ability, I'm happy to see some Mac Brown. That makes me... I really think that's going to help save our offense this year. If we have any slow starts on offense, or if we just have injuries or drops from the wide receivers, having Mac Brown on this football team makes me that much more hopeful of seeing our team on Sunday, man. It just makes me that much happier, dude, for real. And you guys could tell by my last video, it was the Mac Brown show on the last video, me sitting here talking about Mac Brown. So I got what I wanted, you guys. Now, Maurice Harris didn't make the team. He was signed to the practice squad, which I thought Maurice Harris was a better keeper than Brian Quick made the team. And shout out to John Keim, who is a reporter for ESPN and stuff like that, and he follows the Redskins and does Redskins stuff. He actually posted on Facebook about it, and I said something. I was like, I just don't understand why Maurice Harris went to the practice squad and not Brian Quick, and he actually responded to me and said that that's probably because Maurice Harris came into practice or whatever, mini camp and everything, injured, so he wasn't there for like half the reps in not preseason, but practicing and everything like that, mini camp and all that stuff, training camp. So that's probably had a factor in it, is that he just was injured for that. But I just think what we've gotten out of Maurice Harris, and we know who he is, we know he's got solid hands, we know he can help in the run block game, and then we watch Brian Quick. He had a couple good catches, but he dropped a easy touchdown catch in the end zone. So that happened. We kept another offensive lineman who I don't really know much of. That's obviously a thing that coaches, they know these guys. They watch them in practice. We're not there all the time. We don't know some of these guys. Like the safety McClure got to stay on the team. I think he played decent in preseason, but I don't see what's to rave about. Like the coaches are raving about him, but I think that was a decision made before they even knew Sua Cravens was going to do this retire thing. I think they just knew that Sua Cravens was injury prone, so they wanted to keep another safety, so they kept McClure. Joshua Hosley stayed on the team. Harvey Clemens made the team, and those are a couple of guys that they didn't blow my socks off when we drafted them. Or Monte Nicholson, they didn't really blow my socks off, and they made the football team, so shout out to them. Hold on, did Monte Nicholson, did he make the? Yes, he did. That's okay. So I have everything correct. Monte Nicholson did make the team. Okay, so those guys, they didn't extremely impress me when we drafted them, but they've been growing on me, man. So hopefully they keep proving me wrong. So let's go back into the roster. Obviously, Nate Sudfeld is gone, and he went to the Eagles. And I've seen a lot of people say, oh, the Eagles just picked him up to get our playbook and, learn from Jay Gruden and all that stuff, which is probably true. But, hey, that's how the game works. We signed another quarterback to our practice squad, so it is what it is. But we cut Robert Davis, that was a guy that I was kind of high on watching his tape coming out of college. I thought with us losing Deshaun Jackson and Pierre Garçon, I thought we were going to keep a lot more wide receivers. But Robert Davis just didn't really show too much in the preseason, so I completely understand how he made the practice squad and not the real team. And shout out to Louis T. He's the one who said, hey, this guy Joshua Hosley, he likes him, and he was pretty much guaranteeing that he was going to make the team somehow, and he did. And I was looking at Robert Davis's tape from college, and I was like, this guy looks like a lock to make the team. He's a physical guy. I thought he could kind of come in and feel like a Pierre Garçon vibe to this team, but like I said, he just didn't do much in the preseason, so I completely understand how he didn't make the team. And also, like I said, we only kept 5 wide receivers to fill some other holes or whatever, so we'll see how that plays out. Let's see, the Tyler Catalina, apparently he's a guard. He also center, I think he plays center. He made the team. That's kind of a shocker. Oh, man, and then we get to this news. First, okay, hold on. First, I'll go through the corners. Fabian Moreau made the team as well. Quentin Dunbar still made the teams. All the other guys you guys know. So not too big shockers there, but we didn't keep a nose tackle. AJ Francis and Joey Mbu, or however you say his name, they didn't make the football team. And we apparently said that, what's his name, Ziggy Hood, yet again, is going to be our starting nose tackle. And you guys know what we did last year. Gave up like 6 yards a carry in the run game. And on my off-season video, my number one biggest concern, right in the very beginning of the video, I'd let you guys know, we don't have a nose tackle. We're not going to stop the run. We don't have a nose tackle, and we didn't acquire one, and we didn't draft one, and I was worried the entire time. And then Phil Taylor gave me so much hope, and then now he's gone, and we still have no answer at nose tackle. Hopefully we pick one up somewhere from someone else that someone didn't sign to their practice squad or something. I don't know, but I just am not looking forward to going into the season seeing Ziggy Hood play starting nose tackle for us and us get ran on all game. Oh, man, that's going to be a headache. That's going to be a headache, dude. And then, I mean, pretty much most of these guys, we didn't have too many shockers, and that's kind of what you want. Martrell Spate made the team. Josh Harvey Clemens made the team. Chris Carter made the team. Mac Brown made the team. Stephon McClure made the football team. Monte Nicholson. TJ Clemmings, he's a tackle. He made the team. Didn't really know too much about him. And then the last real shocker is just tight end. We all knew that Vernon Davis was going to make the team. Niles Paul is going to make the team. Jordan Reed's going to make the team. But it came down to Jeremy Sprinkle. Is Jeremy Sprinkle going to make the team? Or our other tight end that we traded, Derek Carrier. And that was really the toss-up. It's do we want to go younger, or do we want to keep Derek Carrier, who's made catches for us, a guy who's been in the system, a guy who I think could probably run block better than Sprinkle? That was kind of a toss-up, and obviously Jay Gruden said, hey, we drafted Jeremy Sprinkle, and he's younger. Let's go that route. So that's really kind of the only shockers or whatever. I'm going to keep this video short. The 53-man roster isn't too many shockers, which is kind of a good thing. The guys that we wanted to make the team pretty much made it. Maurice Harris didn't make the team, but he's on the practice squad if we need him. You know, not a huge bunch of huge shockers besides the nose tackle thing. So let me know what you guys think about who made the team, about Mac Brown making the team, who should have made the team. What do you guys think about the Sua Craven situation? Hit me up in the comments. I'll read all the comments. See you guys hopefully with more good news when we play the Eagles. And we cannot underestimate the Eagles, man. I'm telling you. We cannot underestimate these Eagles, dude. I don't give a shit if we played well versus them the past couple of years. We cannot go easy into this game against the Eagles and have a bad start to the... We do not want a bad start to this year. We don't. We're normally always playing catch-up. We do not want to play catch-up versus a rival like the Eagles. We don't want to do it. So I'll see you guys then, man. Hail to the Redskins as always. See you in the next one.